Hello, Sambaza. Here's Sambaza, and this is a review of the Afros Audio Festival. First of all, I am humbled to be part of the ambassadorship program that was started this year. I can say I was the first Kenyan or African to be as an ambassador for the Afros Audio Festival 2024. So with that, I was also a speaker, and we hosted a panel which I'm going to play here. And that panel was pretty cool. I'm going to say it had a diverse amount of podcasters, and we were able to talk about African storytelling. Now, let's start from the beginning. On the Friday, well, I didn't show up on the Friday, but Talib Jasir went and did his one-man show, as he called it, where he was speaking about the podcast that he was launching, or narrated what he was going to put up in his day or in his podcast. And it was quite nice from what I heard. And then the next day we had to show up for the major part of the podcast. Now this year it was differently themed. It was themed into 3 portions. I won't go so much into it because of time, but what I'll say is it was arranged very nicely. There was enough time for you to watch the podcast that you wanted to, and there was, let me say, it was an audio and for seasoned podcasters, and then it was for early podcasters. So if you were a podcaster, you fit in whichever place you had wanted to. Organization was great. We had the people who were out there. It was a good showing for the first day and Saturday, and in the evening we had plenty of time to mix and share knowledge. And there was a lunch that we met up and sat down to eat. We took a group photo, and that was what happened on the day number 1. Now on day number 2, come Sunday morning, it was us, the best, if I may say so. It was the best show that was being put out there. That was by us. It was one of the first panels that we had, and it was me from Kenya, and then there was Zenith, of course, and there was White Label American with our brother from Nigeria, and Claire from Rwanda was there, and she was the moderator. And not forgetting our Talk Ish with P, Paula, who was also part of that show. And I can tell you it was a great conversation that we had, and brought about ideas and more stories that will come up from just this particular conversation that we had, or this panel that we had. And I'm looking forward to more diverse and increased conversation regarding African storytelling from here. In total, I will say it was one of the best that I've experienced myself personally and enjoyed, because it was at this time that I felt that I was truly being a podcaster. And I am a podcaster, but there's a feeling that you get that's different. And with all that said and done throughout the whole process, starting from the Friday coming all the way till Sunday, I believe this was one festival. The Afros Audio Festival was arranged great. Shout outs to Talib and his team. They did a wonderful job. As for the other people who showed up in vendorship and supported the whole festival altogether, was really great, and I can say I enjoyed myself. So from here, from the Sambaza podcast team to everyone out there, I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to show up, and it was great. So peace to all, and hope to see you next year.
Hi, my name is Zenith Hamaamba Malao, and I am from Zambia, which is located in the central southern part of Africa. I am the host of Assorted Immigrant Stories podcast. You can get this wherever you get your podcast from. It is a podcast about immigrant stories. We touch on a few books and also a bit of some visa information. I want to share about my experience at the 6th annual Afros and Audios. It really was like a homecoming, a robust homecoming. It was wonderful to meet other podcasters of color, producers, or whatever role you play in the podcasting industry. It was a beautiful networking event, listening to the panels. It was amazing to see people who've moved on from podcasting, but yet come back to give back to the podcasting community, especially if this is where they started. You also have people who are professionals on big TV networks who show up to give support. So I thought that was really wonderful, a wonderful gesture. And for me, I was on a panel with other Africans. I thought that was lovely because we do want to amplify African voices. We want to amplify our stories. We want to share them, and the more, the merrier. So it was wonderful to speak on a panel with other Africans, and I hope that this will continue to include others as well. And lastly, like someone said out there, we ate so many chicken boxes together. Yes, we did. We ate whatever we ate. We ate. We went somewhere, Nando's or somewhere, but it got us talking, connecting, building community. Yes, I really loved about that. It's the connections, and people keep in touch. They leave and they keep in touch. And as a matter of fact, I just finished a recording with Pondering Thoughts podcast with May Wilkes. Yes, and all this came together because of Afros and Audios. So we thank Afros and Audios, and I am looking forward to the 7th annual Afros and Audios here in Baltimore. I'm looking forward to see what other people have to say, listen to other panels as well, and I hope to see other Africans, because our panel discussion made us connect with a lot more Africans and African American podcasters as well. All right.